Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ForeverCraft News. I'm your host, Casual Cole, and this is your weekly realm update. Many new buildings have been completed with more to come, so let's go ahead and get into it. Marissa's area has been growing since last episode and now includes a fully built barn and dock in order to provide her with all the resources she needs to run her business. In addition to what Marissa's been doing with her own property, she's been building a library to help record the events of the realm and a sushi shop to supply the needs of those in town. Jacob has been working tirelessly to complete the recording studio in time for this episode to come out. With this new addition, we now have an area to record our weekly news updates as well as the King podcast. Over at Spawn, Jacob has been hard at work preparing and adjusting the new area as well as working on the capital, which hopefully will be completed soon. In other news, expansion continues as the realm continues to grow. This new expansion was the very first elections held just a few weeks ago. Jacob was voted in as mayor and Owen was voted in as judge for the realm. For those elected in the council positions were Tinny Y and Sky. Our last segment for today revolves around the breaking of ground for Casual Cole's new house, which will be started later in this episode. Thank you everyone for tuning in on ForeverCraft News. I'll be seeing you all again next week. Now without wasting any more of your time, let's go ahead and get into the King's debut podcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kings and King podcast, where I, Skylar,
and
over here,
Jacob,
will talk to you about various things going on through the realm, various different segments, and have a whole lot of fun throughout the whole day. Hope you enjoy.
So for our first segment today, we will be doing opinions on basically just whatever is happening around the realm. Sky, you want to open us up with your first opinion?
Well, my first opinion, it's very weird because everybody is like living in these ugly huts, and I have this gorgeous, massive pit that goes all the way down to bedrock. It's not finished.
Same, and I have this like beautiful, currently unfinished, but beautiful castle in this cave, and everyone's just living in like square
I wouldn't
huts.
say it's beautiful. I got chased down your hallways because you didn't light them up.
Well, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so I mean, there's that too. Sir, no.
What do you mean, no? You're disagreeing with me?
Yes, I am.
How dare you disagree with me on my show?
Your show? You mean our show?
My show.
Our show.
Jacob, with all due respect, what the f***? Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that we had a minor disagreement on set. Now, shut up. Now, Jacob.
Yes.
What are your opinions of your own build? I gotta ask.
My own build? I would say my own build's pretty good. There's definitely some better stuff I could do, but so far, I like it.
I mean, my opinion of your build is that it's really good, but another opinion of your build that I have is that it's unfinished.
Like that it is. That it is definitely unfinished.
Anyway, why is there no lights?
So about that. So there is lights. It's just some reason on top of those pillars that I put, I forgot to put lights up there. So stuff just spawns continuously. And then it's kind of like raining mobs. It just continually rains them down.
Well, like normally I would give you some slack, but I live in a giant pit in the ground, and I'm able to have that lit up.
Yes, but see,
I find it hard to believe you don't light up your own home in a cave.
Oh no! I do. Every other part of it's lit up.
That's not very OSHA approved, I gotta say.
You are correct. It is not. And folks will get to that in a later date. But you are correct. It is definitely not OSHA approved.
Right. It is fair, though. I almost died visiting your house the other day.
You know, I almost die every time I go to your hole too, because there's no guardrail around it. You can just fall in.
Watch your step, dumb.
Well, watch your back at mine.
What do you mean back? There is no back to your house. You're like Grian. You never finish the backs of your builds.
So on this episode of Let's Dig Deep,
I'm sorry.
that was good.
That was not fair to you at all, but I saw a shot, so I had to take
That
it.
was funny though.
Just like John Wilkes Booth.
There's one more topic we like to discuss on our opinion segment. It's about the berry laws.
Ah,
In case
yes.
you do not
good
know.
old berries.
In case you do not know. So berries, the Tinker's Construct berries, they are apparently illegal. And,
Yeah, just
you
stupid.
know, well, actually, scratch that. Apparently, the seeds are only the illegal things. You can have the berries.
No. It's opposite of that. The berries are illegal, but the seeds you
Really?
can have. Like, but how does that even work? The seeds you plant to get the berries. So
Well,
how is it legal to have the seeds?
well, a person on the realm that's also making videos, I believe he goes by the name Casual Cole.
Yeah.
He filmed a video, and in his first episode, I saw him put berries in a chest. Do you know what that was about? Because it was in his
You
own
want to know
home.
what else I watched him do in his first episode?
What?
Plant a berry seed on the ground. There is
Oh
video
my
evidence of it.
god.
And you know what? While we're on this topic of people on this realm being caught red-handed, there's another one which a lot of you viewers at home may already goes by the name of Tenny Y, or as we call him,
Oh
Joe.
yes. Oh Joe.
In his first episode, he picks up 4 diamond berries, proceeds to eat 1, is left with 3, and we never see those diamond berries again. So the real question here, folks, is where are the berries?
Let's dig deep into that comment there, and we're
I
gonna
agree.
discover
Let's dig
where
deep.
those berries disappeared to.
So what theory you got on where those berries went?
I think that he stored them underground, like I used to do, and he's currently planting them at an undisclosed location, probably underneath a mountain biome, to where it's really deep.
You know,
He has
I
a
agree with
waypoint
you.
there with his realm tool, so that way there's no physical trace of getting there.
You know, I would agree with you, except I feel like that's too smart for him to do.
Yeah, Joe is pretty dumb.
Yeah, he doesn't really have any brain cells, but to be fair, neither do we. But like,
Yeah, we've got 2 combined.
yeah, he has 1.
Fair.
So I feel like he would have probably just put them in a secret chest somewhere very close to his house, or as he calls
I
it.
know where he put them. He put them in a skeleton spawner.
Oh, that
Do
actually,
you remember? Do you remember that
totally
video
does.
that he made with all the skeletons and how much he hated them? We
Oh,
would
I do
never
remember
expect
that.
to see them in there if he hated skeletons so much.
That's a good point.
Ladies and gentlemen, we think Joe is forging money and copying money in a skeleton farm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah, I open up.
You know, though, for a certain Owen you know that may or may not be watching this episode, there's this little country that, let's see, what's it called? Vinland, I think is what he calls it.
I think so. I heard it was under siege at the moment.
Yeah, I think it is.
Ow.
Why does that keep happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, there's an insect that just stung me. I don't know where it went. I think it's a bee or a mosquito. I don't see it though. Keep an eye out for it.
Agreed. Keep an eye out. But no, I think Owen you know too. I think he should just go ahead and declare war. Because if he takes over Vinland, technically those berries become his.
Technically. I don't know. I'd like to see what Owen You Know 2 does with Joe. It'd be interesting to see how he leads him on. But anyway, that's enough of that. Because I think if we're talking about berries, we might get this video taken down, you know. Anyway.
Yeah. We'll talk about the illegal drug trade. Director doesn't like that.
During our Q&A segment coming up, when we actually get Joe as a guest, we need to ask him what he's been doing. Stupid bee. Anyway, I might go get a fly swatter. In fact, I'm gonna go do that. You segue into the next bit.
What are you doing?
I'm grabbing the fly swatter. Segueing to the next bit.
Ladies and Blockyman. While he's going to get the fly swatter for the apparent bee in this great recording studio we have, even though I have not been stung myself, which is very odd. I think we should go ahead and get into our next segment on today's episode of the King podcast.
Alrighty, we're gonna go into the Q&A section. So, any question? I'm sorry, everybody, hold on 1 second.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey, we gotta cut the footage. There's some news that I gotta share with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, folks, we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this breaking news just now coming in. Marissa has gone missing in an apparent homicide next to the river running through her property. I warn you, the following footage may be hard to watch, so feel free to look away.
Alright. Well, the signs of struggle seem to be everywhere. Let's see if we can find some type of trail. That's an outlier. Hold on. It appears that it might lead out of this door. Anything on the bridge? Ah, yeah, here we go. So, her body could have been dumped on this bridge. However, it's concerning how it keeps going. But I don't see any continuation of the blood trail, so I'm assuming it stops here. This is probably the spot where her body was dropped off at, if I had to put my 2 cents in as a detective.
Right now, authorities are still actively investigating this case. Mayor JDB will now be presenting a statement.
Good evening, ladies and Blockymen of the realm. Please join me in a moment of silence for Marissa. Marissa has been missing for nearly 48 hours, and in the case that she is not found, her properties at Spawn will be taken over by the realm's central bank and eventually demolished. Her home, on the other hand, will be turned into a historical landmark for everyone on the realm to visit and admire for the rest of the realm's existence. Now, with more information on this case, I'll hand it over to our lead investigator, Constable Sky.
Hello, everyone. As you saw in the crime scene photos, this is truly a tragedy to the community and took all of us unexpectedly. Marissa has been missing for days at this point, and we are actively searching for her as we speak. We will do our best to keep you all updated on the situation. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be going ahead and getting into... Oh, sorry, wrong set. Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's go ahead and get right on into it. So, a little update on the situation here. I finally got around to plotting out a little bit of an area and kind of put a little idea together of what I want. It's not fully set in stone yet per se, but just going around trying to figure out how exactly I want to do it. And Jacob recently decided that he also didn't like his build in the cave. So he woke up one morning and basically just said, "Hey Cole, I'm not living in the cave anymore." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And he was like, "Yep, I'm moving because I don't have enough room." I'm sorry, what do you mean you don't have enough room? You have the entirety of a cave. And for anyone who watched episode 2, you know that the cave is not small. It's quite a lot of room that he has down in there. So I was bewildered, to say the least, and I thought he was insane. And so he comes over here to the hill, and he says, "You know what I'm gonna do? That right there is what he started to build like 4 days ago." So yeah, in his own words, "I didn't want you to be alone over here since Marissa has gone missing, so I figured I would just build up on the hill." And that was cool and all, except for the fact that now a portion of my build is blocked out with a giant castle in the way. Not that, you know, it's an ugly castle, but I still wanted my own little area over here, and I liked the way it looked, but I figured, you know what? We'll stick with it and just see how it goes. And I put out the foundation a little bit, and I sat there and I thought to myself for a little bit, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I was like, if I'm gonna be, like, once it's here, there's no way I'm moving it. Like, absolutely not. Once it's here, it's here. And so I wanted a final resting point for it. So I came up with the idea that if I just go ahead and fill in all of this area, so it's not all the way, like I'm not completely removing the river, but a good portion of it is gonna go. So like, I think over there by that birch tree, it ends up like reconnecting to everything, but it also helps because of the road, and it gives us a little bit more leeway with everything. So instead of having to build a bridge, we can just run it all the way across, which me personally, I enjoy. I guess you could say it adds a little bit more that we can do with it. You know, instead of being so, we were a little restricted originally, I think is the right word for it, so we don't have to worry about that now. I'll fill in this somehow at a later date. I really don't know how I want to do this, because this is going to take forever. And even if I want to fill it in, what I might do, because this took forever, this, I mean, because you can see, if you look under, I completely filled it with sand. And by the time I finished, I realized that's a lot of sand. And I'd be better off if I just sold the sand. So we'll see what to do there, but I think probably I'll start right there, and I'll just do a line of dirt at the bottom, and then maybe fill the rest. I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure something out, because there's no way I'm going all the way down to fill all this back. It will take forever, because this took me like 2 hours. And here I'd have to go all the way over there. Absolutely not. So I figured for this episode, I'm just going to go ahead and chop down all of these trees here and just clear out the area, try and flatten some of this down, because I don't know if I'm going to change the way the house looks. I haven't fully made any, because I'm at an early stage, I just haven't made any concrete decisions yet. So I know what I'm looking for, I know what I want, like all that's good, dandy, good to go. I just don't know if I want to maybe add on a little bit more to the house, take away from it. I doubt I'll take away anything, because I really like the way it's set up right now. So I might redesign a few parts of it or something like that. But overall, I don't have a video to put up here, but if I did, you'd see the idea for it. But I think the outline does a good bit for it. It's gonna be basically like a basement level, and then you're gonna have the first floor here, and then a second floor, and then a third floor. So a pretty decently sized area. I didn't want it too massive, obviously. Like, I want it to where, you know, no matter how long we play, I don't have to worry about expanding it any. And I wanted to feel, you know, secure in that. But the thing is, to an extent, I'm now completely by myself over here. Of course, besides Jacob, but once again, it's Jacob. And he's building a massive castle, which, if you know what? Here, let me just take you guys up there. 1 second. Okay, so this is Jacob's area here. It goes back a good ways, and knowing Jacob, he's definitely going to expand this way further, because it already goes pretty far back, and he's tackled so much for everything else that we've been doing. He somehow still magically finds time to get this done. It's insane. I could not. I could never. But, you know, best of luck with him to all of this. So, yeah, he's just done a wild amount of work here, and I do not doubt in the slightest that he's going to come back and terraform all of this down and do even more work with it. So, yeah, I'll let him continue doing his thing. But let me go ahead and get us back on over here, and I'll kind of explain again everything that I'm going to be doing. I'm basically just going to be chopping down trees. That's the biggest plan of everything here. It's going to be the easiest to take care of, so knock that out, and then I'm going to see if I can terraform everything down to a lower level. See how that goes. I'm excited. Get it done. I've been putting it off for a while. I think, like, we recorded episode 3, I want to say 3 weeks ago. It might have been longer than that, honestly. I think it was longer because we now have the entire recording studio finished. Yeah. Huh. Okay. It might have been longer than that, but anyway, here we go. There's the first bit done. Go and eat some food before finishing up the rest. But I do want to know from all of you, how are y'all enjoying the series? Is there anything you guys would like to see? We're all enjoying it right now, of course. As of, like, I don't know, 4 days ago, Forza Horizon 6 came out, and so both Sky and Jacob absolutely love the series. I'm also an avid enjoyer of it, but I don't play it nearly as much as they have. Sky has already completely beaten the game. And by completely, I mean he's really close to have completing everything. Like, all achievements, all of it. It also might be because he spent 2 days straight playing, and I'm not exaggerating by that. I mean, within the time it came out, he had 38 hours on the game. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I don't get it. He's a night owl, best of luck to him. I'm a morning person. I'll wake up at 4 a.m. any day with a smile on my face. But how he functions like that is beyond me. There's no way it can be healthy, but you know what? That's what floats his boat, you know. Best of luck to him. I cannot do that. Okay, so since we've knocked that out, I can go ahead and come over here. Sun's setting, so I'm gonna go and sleep. But I'm excited to see what everyone's gonna be doing on the realm. Obviously, everyone's been pretty busy with the past little while, but things are starting to pick up. I know I talked to Joe earlier this morning, and he did say that he would be on not too long from now. Owen's headset broke, so he's not even able to record to begin with. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks or so, he might be able to get on and do something. So I was talking to Joe earlier this morning, and he was talking about how he definitely wanted to get back onto the world soon and get some more things done on here, which he has, to be fair. Since we've recorded the opening to episode 4, he has gotten on and he's actually built like this big wall around his place. I'll cover it within episode 5 because it'll just be easier to do because it'll just add on. especially with the way that I have episode 5 at least planned out in my head, because as of right now, episode 5 is not, we haven't even touched it. I haven't even talked about it hardly. We've done a few things here and there, but other than that, we've had no progress whatsoever on it, which is unusual for the fact that episode 5 has to be out in, like, 12 days, give or take, something like that. Did I really go over, did I go all the way over there and then, you know what, don't. Anyway, episode 5, it, like, goes out like 12 days, and we haven't done anything. So, I really hope I don't have to push it back. I really, really hope. And if I can get this in and out, because what is it? It is Thursday, May 21st. So if I'm lucky, I'll be able to get this video edited and out by Monday. Okay, that was completely unnecessary and incredibly rude. Now that we got that taken care of, go ahead and see here. So, is it there? Got about half of the day left before I'm gonna have to go sleep again. That's not too bad. I am excited to see everything that's gonna be happening. Aha! And there is the newest member of the realm that just joined. So that's nice. Connor has recently joined the realm, and we'll hopefully be seeing more out of him at a later date, so that'll be fun. Be looking forward to that. Let's see here. What do I want to take out now? I think I'm just going to go around the edge here and just get rid of these trees. So I can actually, like, be able to get up and see everything easier. Because once I'm cleared the area, cleared the path, and can see what needs to be done, it's going to make life a lot easier. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, these are going to be fun. So in terms of the realm, Joe has revamped his area quite a lot. I'm excited to see what he kind of does with it as a whole eventually, because I know that he's still working with it. I think everyone's still working with their areas quite a lot. I think Jacob probably has the most done out of anyone, but that's also just because it's Jacob. And once he sets his mind to something, he's gonna, you know, give it 110% until it's finished. So but hopefully as time goes on, we're all pacing ourselves pretty well. At least in my opinion, we're not really diving too deep into anything. We're just taking it slow because we want to enjoy this. We called the series ForeverCraft for a reason. We wanted us, no matter what, to be able to get on and make videos on it and just enjoy it. And even for us that don't make videos and who don't have, like, YouTube channels, we all just wanted a group of friends to be able to hang out and just have a good time with it. So truthfully, I would love to do a ForeverCraft episode every single week. Is it possible? Probably not, but it's definitely something I'd like to try and do. Like every Monday have a ForeverCraft episode come out, and then like maybe Fridays make it like a day where, you know, not always a video is going to come out on those days, but there might be a like chance that we might have recorded something else at some point and then just decided to upload it. So, you know, I'd say keep a lookout for that. I don't think we've uploaded anything recently. I don't think we've recorded anything really. I think I finally got up to date, because the oldest video that I posted recently was the Phasmophobia video. I think I recorded that two months ago. It was a pretty good time. Like, it definitely, it was not something that we just, you know, happened to get on and do. So, because it was an older video, because I remember saying I wanted to get it out, and it was just one of those in backlog that either, you know, I keep it there and it takes up a bunch of storage that it doesn't need to take up, or, you know, I just go ahead and post it for all of you to watch. But I was happy I was able to get it out right before I started recording for this episode. I ended up clearing, I think it was close to 77 gigabytes worth of footage from everything. So I was excited to get that gone, so I can make space to fit this video. Oh, that's lovely. I really don't need to be worrying about this. Can't I just go over here and put it in the composter? I'm pretty sure I can. So I'll go and knock that out. Give me a little side trip to go on my side tangent. So, but I know I'm looking forward to it. Owen, talked to him the other day, and he agreed to go ahead. So I finally decided to break down after, you know, multiple years of just not doing it. I think I'm gonna actually finally get a computer, so it'll make editing a lot easier. At least, you know, because right now, I don't think I've ever actually talked about this because I've never. Usually, you know, I have Sky to feed off of, or Jacob to feed off of, or even Marissa, depending on the video. So I'm not used to having to come up with random stuff on my own here. But I never talked about it. But I do edit on a MacBook, so there are some limitations to it. Also, with the fact that I'm just playing on a console, there's limitations to that as well, because when I'm playing with, you know, the boys, audio gets a little tricky at times, which is why, you know, it took me forever to get audio to the point it is now. I'm finally satisfied with it. Both audio and video quality took me absolutely forever. Funny enough, like the first video I ever did, which is of course completely unlisted, but don't worry, I'll get back to that in a second. So, but the first video I ever edited, like the audio was terrible. I didn't, you know, because I didn't have a microphone. Like I basically did it as a test just to see if it would even be possible. So I was like, surely, like, you know, I can throw something together. But there's a lot of old footage. Most of it's deleted and gone now. Unfortunately, I almost kind of wish I would have kept it, because there's some really funny and just good moments in there. Now there are a few things that stuck on in there, and I'm sure I could go back and get some of it, but overall, it's come a long way. I've learned a lot within the past couple of months of just being on YouTube, and, you know, I always have a thing where, you know, as long as I get one view, I'm happy. That's all that matters to me. And I'm not here to be the next, you know, I guess, Mr. Beast per se or anything like that. I'm just here to record and to have a good time with friends and just kind of share of all the experiences that we're having with you guys. So, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know, whether, you know, if a video's been up for 24 hours and it gets one view, you know, so be it. That's one person who got to see the video, and, you know, as long as they watched it, you know, that's what matters. You know, I would rather have 15 people who watch the videos I put out and enjoy them than I would 1,500 people who watch the first 5 seconds of it and that's it. You know, like, I'm doing this for everyone's enjoyment, so, you know, it's not as much as a bother, I guess. That is a lot of creepers in this area. I'm just gonna avoid them all. But I don't know. It's but when I first set out to do a channel, well, this sucks. when I first set out to do a channel, I wanted to do just something simple. I didn't really know. I never had a true goal, true purpose in mind. I just wanted to play games, record them, and post them for others. You know, I think that's a classic thing. Because a lot of people nowadays, like, especially now once I've gotten into making, like, I guess, content per se, and, like, actually recording videos and whatnot. But when I go to watch other people's stuff, you start picking up on, like, the quality of everything. Like, there's been some people I've watched who are just now, like, incredibly insufferable to watch because their content just, I realize the work and effort that goes into it, and it's like just watching a brick wall. I can't remember what it was the other day. I came across some short on YouTube, and I don't remember it fully, but it was lifeless. Like there was no, like, it was a guy in a video and he was talking about something, I don't even remember anymore, but like everything felt so algorithmic, if that makes sense. Like it felt, the emotions and everything in it just felt so forced that it just wasn't enjoyable. Especially like, and in no mean like, oh, in like no means, like no way am I saying that, you know, would I hate on someone else's content, because mine isn't great, you know, but I just feel like that there's just no life in it. Like some of the things that I see are just like, I guess a term you would use for it is like brain rot. Like just, it's there for the algorithm. And you know, obviously, if you look at the viewer count and the like ratio and everything else in all of my videos, it you know, it's not there for, it's not great. But that doesn't bother me because I'm putting out what I want to put out. And if the algorithm, you know, doesn't like that, then so be it. To summarize everything, I guess, I just really like to make videos that others are going to enjoy. And, you know, as long as one person enjoys the video, I'm just going to keep on doing it. And if that one person who enjoys the video is me, so be it. You know, that's, I can live with that. I can look in the mirror, and if I'm the only view on my own video, then, you know, I'll keep on doing it, because, you know, well, of course, if, you know, if that ever became the case, I definitely wouldn't be uploading as much, but I'd still upload. Like, I don't ever have a plan on uploading so much that I'm going to burn myself out, because that is a very common occurrence I see with a lot of people. I happen to see Connor was over by this area, so I'm just gonna go and say hey real quick. Hello. He's AFK. Oh, he's not. He's here. Hello. I don't need that. Here, let me hop into a VC and see if he's there.
Is there a possible chance you teleport me to exact coordinates?
Actually, if you, okay, so open it up
I
real quick.
forgot.
No,
Yeah,
you're good. Open it up. So once you open it up, go to commands, and then go to TP back, and it should take you to the last location you teleported from.
You have no saved last location.
Ah, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I can send you back. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Here, I'll send you over there in just a second. Creeper, creeper! I'm gonna get these back here, trim them up a little bit, and then see how much more space I'm going to need, because I don't think I need too much more space. I definitely plan on clearing out more of this area later, but as of like right now, I don't think I need this much area cleared out. Let's see. Doesn't look that bad. Definitely put a dent in everything. I'm gonna have to make a ton of shovels to get all this flattened out, but I think what I might do is try and get this area here filled in with some dirt. And then see what else I want to do after that. What might be easier is grabbing a shovel now and getting this area flattened so that I can come back and fill all this in with dirt. That way I at least have some on hand. I have a lot to begin with, but it might just be easier that way to... I don't know. Well, I'll see, because I still want to bring it back this way, all the way to there. Go see. This is a lot that I'm gonna have to bring back. I still don't even know the exact dimensions of how I want to do the house. So, I definitely know this is gonna have to be taken down anyway. So, what I might do is just, from like there, I might just like flatten this whole area just to go and do it. And then I'll have to go through there and flatten it down. This is gonna take forever. But, you know, luckily there's plenty of episodes. So I could definitely do a little bit of it today and then come back and do more next time and just knock it out day by day. Last thing I want to do is burn myself out and then, you know, have another 8-week break from ForeverCraft. No, actually, let me throw in some little lore here. So I realized I probably never explained why this is here and what this was even here for. So when the trailer for ForeverCraft first came out, there's a hidden link in one of the videos where that actually takes you to the special like edition trailer, and this was the area I used for it. So the normal trailer, you know, is just a trailer, right? Like it's you know, who's inside, like who's playing on ForeverCraft and, you know, things of that nature. Whereas this, I think it had like a 2-minute intro of me talking about ForeverCraft and like the plans for it and things of that nature. So if you find it, you know, it should be like at the end of a video somewhere. I can't even remember. It was a while back ago. But if you find it, best of luck to you. Of course, you'll also find it interesting because it's not the original trailer. Or I should say, it's not the trailer we ended up going with. And that is a text from Sky. He will be home soon, so don't know if we'll hear from him. Highly doubt he'll be on because he's probably going to get on and play Forza, but even if not, then it might give me a stopping point for recording. I know Joe is busy tonight, but he was on it earlier, so we'll see how that goes. I guess it's time. I mean, I can't think of anything else to really knock out here. I guess it's just time to go grab the shovels. Or what I could do is I think I'm going to go along this road and get rid of all these trees. And I say that for one reason. I have 2 axes on me. I really don't want, or at least I want to use this one up all the way. I think that's fair. Just go ahead and use up this axe all the way. And I'll just keep the new one on me in case I need it, but it'll help clear out some space. I don't see it hurting anything, so. One thing's for sure, I won't be needing birch after this, and frankly, if I keep on going in this direction like I originally planned to, I don't think I'll be needing dark oak either, but that's a good thing because I can always come back and sell everything, and I'm excited. I am genuinely excited to see how everything's gonna turn out. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, because I'll be able to come in here and clear all this out and just have a road that runs up to it. I think it's gonna look really cool. Of course, I'll add a bunch of trees and stuff back, but I just want to get this area clear that way we can actually. Oh, wow, okay. That was a lot more than I was expecting to get from that. In here. Of course, the time I make it all the way back over here, I'm gonna have to go all the way back because it's turning nighttime. That would be my luck. Well, I will see you when the next day gets here. Well, the new day has come and we are definitely getting attacked, but I can get them to burn themselves to death. Oh, dang it. Oh well. It was worth a shot. Because no matter what, clearing it out is going to help Jacob. Because I know we do have plans to get started on the road soon. And with the fact that now we have 3 places over here, it's definitely going to have some place of some kind to run through it. I'm guessing it's going to run. I've already planned it out with some glowstone of like where I think it'll look nice at, or at least, you know, to keep it within its relative area. But I think it's going to run from there, and then I'll connect it to the back end of the property. I still haven't decided, you know, because of course if the layout changes, originally there's a road that's supposed to run up the right side of it. It might be, you might be able to do that, but then it'll just run into water, so we'll see. Because weirdly enough, technically the front of the house is there, but I spent more time putting detail on the back end of it, so to a degree. So I'm I don't know. We'll see. I'll go and get back to y'all whenever I make it back to the birch trees. Okay, we have made it back. Let's go and get back to it. So, let me think of what I want to talk about here. What is some interesting information that we haven't really discussed on the realm? Just trying to think here. So, I don't think for episode 4 we've done anything, but I do think it's in the works for episode 5. Oh, XP berry bush. Is this an XP berry or is this a... Oh, it is XP berry. Awesome. But for episode 5, I know the news broadcast is going to cover it, but until then, Sky's big hole in the ground, I don't think anyone has seen it yet, so I might take a little detour over there later and just go tackle it and just kind of like show you guys what I'm talking about. Another interesting thing that I planned, and I might as well do it since I'm over here. I have plans for the backside of the recording studio. I don't know how much space I really have to work with, but I guess technically I do know it's this right here. But from that pillar over to here, I might try and do something. I'm not really sure yet. Haven't really come to a conclusive decision. What I might do is put something in front of this. I'll have to kind of talk to Jacob because I know people are going to want to be doing stuff with this area and whatnot anyway, so... And because Jacob's elected mayor and we have Joe, Sky, and Owen on, you know, their respective roles, I might get up with them and just kind of see what they want to do with the road here. Because, you know, we can... Obviously, we're going to have the main road here, and I know Jacob says he's just going to redo it, so whatever it ends up looking like, and whenever he gets to it, it'll just keep on running all the way over there. And we'll have the main road, but I'm sure we'll have some divots because we still need to run a road over to Owen, Sky, and Seth's area. And then we'll have to run a road that way to Joe's big area, which, aha, you can't see it. There's his big wall that he's been working on, and it is quite a lot. I genuinely don't know where he found the time to do it, but it's just a big wall over there. And one of the last things that I ended up doing the last time I was on here is this area here. So of course I'll get it cleared out eventually, but me and Marissa tackled this area one night to just see if we could get it, you know, flattened out and everything. We put a pretty good hurting on it, so definitely gonna be exciting. What I might do is, you know, just try and terraform it down and just bring up some space, and we need to expand it later. Obviously, it's a possibility, but for right now, I'd say it's pretty good as is. Just needs to be flattened. Jacob has been working on the Capitol, still completely unfinished, but I expect he'll have it done whenever his house gets built. I know he's taking a little bit of a break right now because, you know, none of us want to get burnt out. None of us want to get to the point where we're just not interested on playing on the realm. So we're all just kind of doing our own thing for right now, but hopefully we'll get everything working and we can get this finished soon. 'Cause the quicker this is finished, I think it'll open up a lot more stuff that we can do. So always excited, always happy to see everything going on here. Let me actually, what I might do to kill a little bit of time before I have to go back and grab the shovels, because I'm a professional procrastinator, both in Minecraft and in real life. I love procrastinating down to the last minute. I work really well under pressure, so procrastinating just basically is like a superpower to a degree, because I'll wait until I have like a 7-page paper due in like 5 hours. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. So I just lock in and write the whole thing. And sometimes, not always, but there have been moments where I've procrastinated things down to the last minute, and they have turned out to be the best things I've ever done. Then there were other times where I would do the same thing, and it was a complete flop. I've never but both within education and real life, like, applications of it. I've never got myself into a bind over doing it, but there's definitely been times where I heavily regretted waiting to the last minute, but that is a story for another time. So here are the two studios that we have. We have the main news studio in here, which is basically my main office, pretty much, for all of the news segments. So I have a strong feeling that pretty much from here on out, this is going to be the main news segment that you guys see will probably be done from in here. And then, not really sure what we're going to do with this yet. This room was actually designed by Marissa. Before she went missing, she got on and we kind of plotted out what we wanted, and this was the original design that we went with. A few adjustments were made here and there, but we kind of just kept this, and so we used it for the Breaking News segment. We might use this as like an announcement room for the future, so like anything dealing with, you know, I guess per se realm politics might take place here. Not fully sure, but kind of just an open space, a little bit more room in the back here. So we could have like 2 chairs and maybe have like something, I don't know. And you guys can feel free to leave comments and recommend whatever you guys want. So I'm all ears when it comes to it. I read every comment and do my best to respond to all of them if applicable. So here is the studio for the King and King podcast. So if you can see, it's basically just a big rectangle is all it is. But when you go inside, you of course have the regular studio where Joe technically if we want to play off of that, Joe will be on here. One of the first guest interviews that they're going to do, because this is the set for where all the guest interviews are going to take place at. Joe is actually going to be their first person that they interview. Of course, Joe's been busy, so they haven't really been able to do anything, but hopefully, fingers crossed, by the time episode 5 comes out, we'll have something to go off of, or at least I hope so. I think it'd be really cool to see, because I would most certainly be excited for it, because I think Joe has a lot to offer and a lot of insight, and I think it'd just be cool, because speaking of which, I know that for Joe's thing, they're probably going to do a Q&A section for it, so if any of you guys have any, questions, anything you want to ask them, go ahead, drop it down in the comments, and we'll definitely get to it, because I can always just send it over to them before they do the episode, and just let them know, and whenever he's on, whatever you guys ask, and also I'm sure they'll have questions as well, but feel free, by all means, because, if anything you want to know about Joe, leave it down there, and I'm sure they'll ask it. So, yeah, this is their little set. We spent a good little while working on getting all this kind of figured out, because we didn't really know how we wanted to do. We knew, I know if you watch episode 3, the original plan was to have, a pretty, a more open style. We were going to do, a warehouse. And to be fair, this is, it's a more industrial warehouse is kind of the design we went for. Originally, we were going to do, an aircraft hangar type of, looking warehouse. It was going to be, I was excited. I was looking forward to it. And then Jacob got on and said, what if we actually change this up? So he came through and we basically just top to bottom redid everything. And I actually never got to show it, which kind of sucked. But over here, there's a huge copper tower. And if I still have the photo, I'll put it up on the screen right now. And that was basically this, I just basically, mined a bunch of copper and couldn't be bothered with doing anything with it, because it's one smelted copper is $1. So I just put it up there and said, whatever with it. And so it stayed up there forever, and of course when we built this I had to tear it down, so it was devastating. It's sitting, ironically, all of that copper is sitting over in a double chest over there. So, and I don't think anyone's come to take it, which is a good thing, because it's my copper. I definitely want it back. I just don't know where to put it. So it's just kind of sitting there for the time being until I can figure out what I really want to do with it and everything. But we're definitely going to add a second story to this place at some point. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with it, but we'll see whether we add another set area. I'm not really sure. I know one thing we talked about for the King and King podcast when we were recording episode 1 of it is we were discussing doing like little skits, little bits and everything with different sets and stuff, just basically having fun with it, because I mean, it's Minecraft after all. We pretty much have free reign on whatever we want to do with it, so we figured why not, and I'm excited to see what they come up with, because I mean, mainly it's, you know, it's their show, obviously. It's Jacob and Sky. They're the main ones who came up with it, and fun fact, actually, because I didn't even think about this, the King and King podcast actually came from a blooper from episode 1. And by episode 1, I mean the very first video on the YouTube channel that's public. That's where it came from. And of course, it's not the main video. You can't find it. I don't even think I have the original clip. I think I deleted it ages ago. I kind of regret it because I hate that it's gone, but it basically was, we were talking about, you know, different things going on in the world at the time. And we were sitting there and, you know, just yapping away. And Jacob goes, well, I'm a king. You're a king. And so, lo and behold, King and King podcast was made, and it's been that way ever since. So they actually, throughout all these 6, I'm pretty sure it was 6 episodes that we did, because I know episode 7 was the behind the scenes April Fool's video that we did, which is still one of my favorites on the channel, because that took a lot of time and a lot of work to do, more than I would like to talk about. But I spent multiple hours setting that up. But for the King King podcast, they've been wanting to do this for ages, like actual ages. So much for the fact that I know it kind of popped up because episode 3 we were clearing this area out, and now we're in episode 4 and everything is cleared out. And there's a bunch of buildings here, and let me explain that reasoning behind that. I know I explained a little bit of it during the news segment, but basically we just had like I didn't play on the realm for like 4 or 5 days. And within that time, Jacob had the time to build all of this. And of course, then Marissa came on here for like during that week, and she just started clearing out this area too. And basically, everyone just combined forces for like a couple days when I was busy and wasn't able to get on, and just cleared all this out. And I got 0 footage of anything. I got a little bit of footage of that being built. I seriously doubt that I have any of it left, but it's still there. So but yeah, basically because of that, all this was kind of thrown together, which is why the road has such a janky design, because we kind of just found some blocks and threw them down and said this will do for now. Because as always, with a lot of the things on this realm, and the big idea and kind of the consensus that we all agreed to when we first started this was we wanted a way that we could put things together and just expand as time went on. That, you know, we like, for instance, let's go to Owen's Wizard Tower over here, right? So let's say tomorrow he didn't like that anymore. He could definitely go and just like expand it and do whatever he wants to with it. Obviously, it's a little bit limited because it's the only building in the entire like area that was grandfathered in because the realm manual wasn't out yet. So like the rule set that we kind of go by wasn't out for his building. So he already had built it. So we're like, you know, we'll keep it. We'll do with it what we will. Ooh, another cool fact. This home was actually originally like right here. And Jacob went around, took every measurement of it, and then repositioned it over here. So if you go back and look in episode 3 versus episode if you go back and look at episode 3 versus this episode, you will see that the table obviously is not in the same spot, and you know, obviously there's like there's a mine here and everything, and we just came through and like erased all of it. So because we did need room for capital, and everything ended up working out though. But cool little facts to throw out there for all of you, because it's the little things that you probably didn't recognize, that only if you were actually able to play on the world and see everything would you actually begin to notice it. I think that is pretty much everything. I know another funny little thing just to throw out. Jacob actually hates this area, and I mean like hate. Like there's no holding back. He absolutely despises what I did here, because my original plan was, when he said aircraft hangar, it's like, oh, I can do something a little bit more modern, I can work with it. So I had already planned out the entire idea for the interior. I already knew what I wanted to do. And so he got on, he was like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this like industrial thing, and of course you see, that's what they stuck with. But I came in and turned mine into basically like this office area. And ironically, I never came through and finished placing the cobblestone down, because up until this like 3 seconds ago, I completely forgot to do that. But don't worry, I'm not gonna spend the rest of this episode doing that.
I apparently have a new driver.
Hello there, Sky. I was wondering if you were gonna join or not. I'm just here recording an episode, and I actually ironically was talking earlier that it'd be funny if you joined. But hello there.
So why are you and Jacob in the thing? Like not.
Oh, Jacob's not actively playing. I don't even know if he's here. He might be AFK. But okay. I switched over to the recording channel since I'm doing the episode and everything.
Here's some chicken. Come here. Sit.
What, you feeding Apollo?
Yeah.
You know what, editor, put a picture of Apollo up on screen for the viewers.
Pretty sure you have one, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But no, I was just telling everyone about the warehouse and Jacob's hatred for my side of the warehouse, because I made it modern, whereas y'all's are still industrial. And I went on a tour of the warehouse. I finished clearing all the birch trees for the road, and then I'm just working on my area. And I don't know if I'm gonna tackle it this episode or not, because I need to take my side and lower the level so it fits with everything else. And you call your mom mom, and I call her mommy. We are not the same.
All right, bro.
And it's getting nighttime. Of course it is. Better go sleep. Connor got on earlier. He was playing around a little bit. Yeah.
He wasn't on for long though.
Everyone's been on and off today. Everyone has been on today. It's just everyone's been,
Yeah, I saw Anthony on.
Yep.
Because he sent me a text. Right, he sent me a text saying, "Hey, are you on? Are you awake?" At like 1 something in the afternoon. And like I wasn't. Like, the thing is, I was, but I wasn't.
I'm actually, to be fair, because of how late I was up last night and how jank my sleep schedule has been, with, just everything else going on, I woke up at 8 this morning, and I was like, what am I doing up at 8? Like, I went to bed, like, fairly late last night, so we finished up everything fairly late, but went to bed, woke up at 8, I was like, what am I doing? So I went back to bed, I woke up at 12, so... That is the latest. That is the latest I've slept in. I literally can't tell you how long. The last time I probably did that was, I would dare say that it was probably after my freshman year of college. After pulling like 48 hours for my finals, I think I like slept that far. Because if I remember correctly, I slept for like 16 hours and woke up at like 4 p.m. So I was, needless to say, exhausted. My body definitely, I never want to do that again. That was awful.
You do it because you have to. I do it for fun.
Exactly. We are not the same. At the beginning of the video, I spent like a good 12 minutes talking about how absurd your sleep schedule is. and how there's no way that I could dare like do that. And I was like, I'm just, yeah, I could not. I could. What is it? Like I could. What is it? Like and I don't remember what it is now. It's, yeah, what?
If I ever live streamed, I would have my English viewers clocking out and my Chinese viewers clocking in.
Yeah, halfway. Can you imagine if you were bilingual and you did that? Like for the first half of the night, you're just English, and the second half you just speak Chinese. You know, actually, you probably would be you'd likely be a very successful streamer doing that. So, ironically, like just the fact that like you could basically just combine two audiences. That'd be insane work. That would actually be wild. Oh dear. There's so much I was talking about earlier of like the fact that, you know, it was weird doing my first ever Minecraft solo vid, because I done a solo vid for, well, no, it isn't my first Minecraft solo vid, but it's the first one on like something like this, because like the first video I did by myself, we still had Larry, and that was,
oh yeah,
that was hell. It was hell. And so it's nice to be able to actually get on and not be scared for my life. Sky, do you have anything do you have any fun facts about the realm you want to tell the viewers? Because that's pretty much what I've been going over today while doing the work, is if there was anything like interesting that we haven't ever mentioned, but was just like a fun little tidbit that like would be an interesting addition.
Well, the first thing Joe saw when he booted up the realm was a naked Hitler and a Jeffrey Epstein.
That is true. That is true. From Joe's POV, he didn't have his skins turned on properly, so you couldn't actually see it. From like his POV, it just looked like two default Minecraft skins and then all of us. So
yeah, it was very unfortunate.
It was highly unfortunate. No, to be fair, when he joined the second time, he was actually able to see it, but he only included the first time he joined. So
yeah, for some weird reason, I don't know why, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that his content is a lot safer to watch than anyone else's.
Is it because it takes forever to get published?
Another funny thing that I've already mentioned in this episode. Like, I've just been, I spent like a while dogging on Joe. I don't know how much of it I'll even keep in, but I clowned on his upload schedule pretty hard. But I used it as a life lesson of, you know, avoid getting burnt out with the things you do enjoy, and to pace yourself. Because I was talking about how everyone on the realm, like, you know, not everyone plays all the time, but we do always, especially you, but like we always break it up, you know, we always, you know, because we want to enjoy it when we do play it, because we, you know, obviously, like when it comes to recording videos and stuff on it, I can record a video just as well by myself as I can with you guys here.
Yeah. Just don't tell them about me and Horizon 6 and my endeavors I had on that game.
So
as long as no, it's all right.
I already did.
Oh.
I already told them all about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, chat, the last I checked, I was level 208.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
You went up another 100?
Oh, no. So, I'm technically still level 8, but I prestiged, so it's 208.
What level do you have to be to prestige?
Level 200.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was level 100. That's why. Okay, never mind. Okay. See, I for some reason thought it was 100. So I was like, what? As soon as I heard you were that, I was like, whoa. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That's still depressing. What type of
game are you playing?
That's still depressing, though.
No, it isn't. The game's officially been out for about a week now.
Okay, you reached that level within like 2 days, though.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, my bad. I must just be misremembering things. My bad.
It was 7 hours. Give or
wait,
take.
No shot. You gotta be lying.
So I reached my first level 100 at the 7 hour mark, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is during my full, like, 36-hour stint of me playing the game. Right, and, I got my other 100 in the next, 16 to 40 hours of the game being released. Because that's when I was playing it with Owen.
I don't have a comment for you.
Oh yeah, guys, don't expect a video on F86 from Cole because he can't drive for shit.
Okay. Okay.
You should have saw him try to drive through Tokyo. It was hard to watch.
You did not have to out me like that. Yeah, he's right. I can't defend myself.
Was he a level 5? Yes, he was a level 5. Does that matter? No. No, it doesn't, because he played the other game.
Okay, to be fair, the physics system is different.
There it is.
Oh, are you kidding me? There is no... Okay, you know what? You're getting banned. You're getting banned. Oh, dear. I
was about to say, like, watch him try to blame it on the physics engine. What did I tell you?
Yeah. Dang it. I can't believe I walked right into that, too. Zero hesitation. Oh, dear. No, I highly doubt, but would you want to hop on the world and help me clear out some space?
I can, I guess.
It's not that big of a deal. Like, you don't have to. Like, I'm taking my time with it, so it's nothing that has to be done at all. I'm just, I'm just here to record a video and just, get some stuff done.
I don't want to hear any if I leave any floating trees.
I already got rid of all the trees in the area, so you can't leave any, so...
Well...
You would be the type of person to plant trees, though, and leave them floating.
I would be the type of person to build a custom tree and then chop it in half and leave it floating.
And I would say, I would hang you from said tree, so...
Wait, did I see Anthony actually reply something in the Discord at 2:51 p.m.?
Oh yeah, he did. I was impressed.
Chat Ant never uses Discord, like, at all.
Yeah, like, if you want to get a hold of Anthony, you have to text him.
Jesus Christ has a better odds of returning than Anthony typing in the Discord.
He's not far off with that. Wasn't there a website that you could bet on the return of Jesus for 2000? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Anthony's odds are lower than that, so... Oh dear. Yeah, that's the fun fact for Anthony. It's the fact that he never, so Anthony goes on, sabbaticals where we don't hear from him for, a month. And then he's like, oh, sorry, guys. I had, a test in aerospace engineering, so I was studying the whole month for it. Okay, there we go. I want you to know I barely caught you out of the corner of my eye. had I not just walked, had I not hit this ledge right here, I wouldn't have seen you, and I would have just been, because to be fair, also I knew for a fact that I teleported you anyway, so that's wild. Oh.
Very good deductive reasoning, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Very good reductive reasoning.
Okay. Constable Sky. And that episode is going to go down as a classic. I know for a fact, because I know Joe has been so highly anticipating the episode that he's going to be very happy. So.
Hey, sir, where's your retaining walls?
Okay. I'm about to send you to the Shadow Realm if you keep on.
Where's your retaining walls? This is over 4 feet tall.
Not
Each
this
block
again.
Each block is equivocally 2 feet, right? Correct. We can be correct on this, right? So where is your retaining wall? Because this is a 6 feet tall wall. And,
it's actively being removed. So.
Where's your hard hat?
Right here.
That's a falling risk.
Perchance. Perchance it may be. Okay. Oh. Got that little piece done. I don't.
Even though this retaining wall isn't facing the right way, it's still doing the job it needs to do. Therefore, it is fine.
If you keep on, I'm gonna leak the first episode of the King podcast.
I don't know any kings. You must be talking about Barry.
Who the hell is Barry? Nothing is safe.
Sir,
Nothing is safe.
The Type D fire extinguishers are to your left. Why we?
Can't with you. I cannot.
A good man died because he didn't have any fire risk prevention.
He was okay. I'm not even. This is just gaslighting. You're just gaslighting me at this
Where's
point.
your eye wash station, by the way? I'm not seeing one.
Oh, I don't know. The river.
That is a bacterial hazard. You need to have signs that say "Watch your step," because this is also a tripping hazard.
Okay, you know what? Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And I
supervisor down here. You watch your. Yes, please. I need help. There's a man following unsafe protocols. Thank you. All right, my supervisor said he'll be here in 15 minutes.
See you all in the next episode.